Now, if you're looking for an in-depth scientific debunk of a silly claim, then this probably isn't the video for you. There's lots of silly claim. Actually, it's probably better if you just watch the video.
I'm sick and tired of Simon Dan trying to debunk the flat earthers. Debunking the flat earthers with the globe earth? Try debunking some real science for one, Simon Dan. Try debunking the earth being a trapezoid.
Flat Earth is so 2020. I mean, come on, people says. It's 2025 and the latest nonsense is that the Earth is a trapezoid. A bloody trapezoid. Are they serious? Now, I'm sincerely hoping that this is the first video I have ever covered that was a joke all along and I just didn't spot it. So, let's get this road on the show, shall we?
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe.
There's no science that there is out there. Matter of fact, y'all, tag Simon Dan down below in the chat, in the comments. I want him to come in here and debate me about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah, that's never going to happen because Dan doesn't waste time. Sorry, I mean Dan doesn't debate people on the internet about verifiable facts like the shape of the Earth. And did you just say there's no science that there is out there? Now, the only reason I ask is because in your bio, you list one of your qualifications as a BA in English, which is an undergraduate degree that focuses on the study of English literature and language. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have a degree in English language, but it certainly doesn't sound like it. The sentence, "there's no science that there is out there," is grammatically incorrect and very, very clunky.
English, mother, do you speak it?
I can see the comments now. But Creaky, what makes you an authority on how to speak correctly? Well, the complete absence of an accent should make that obvious. I bet you feel silly now, don't you?
Because I know he can say, I have facts, and I'll be like, you don't have facts, you have feelings. You feel like the Earth is round.
Ah, the feelings versus facts defense. Look, the spherical model of the Earth isn't a feeling, it's the operating system, if you like, for every plane, satellite, and GPS unit ever made. Now, I feel like £1 million, but my bank statement says otherwise. And that's the difference between a nice feeling and a non-negotiable, verifiable fact. One is real, the other, not so much.
But it's not. You don't have any evidence. You're going to say, oh, well, NASA has pictures of it. And I'll be like, why would I trust NASA? NASA is an American agency. I look around and I'm like, there's no pictures from the Russian Space Agency. The Chinese don't got no pictures. The Australians don't got pictures. The French don't have pictures.
Hang on a second. So you've looked around for photos of the Earth and somehow managed to miss 50 years worth of history. That's not a conspiracy. That's just poor research on your end. Russia's Roscosmos, China's CNSA, Europe's ESA, Japan's JAXA, and India's ISRO have all launched probes, orbiters and rovers with a combined library of pictures of the Earth that would crash the internet. If the Earth was a trapezoid, you'd need a 14-nation conspiracy to, fake gravity, the rockets we launch, and the trigonometry, just to protect the lie you can disprove with a spirit level and a 2,000-year-old math problem. Next.
Allegedly, the only place that has pictures is America. And I know that America doesn't have real pictures of Earth or anything round, because round is not something that can exist in nature.
Wait, this is the hill you choose to die on? That round is not something that can exist in nature. So forget about NASA for a second, but we'll talk about every bubble, raindrop, distant planet that you can see with your own eyes, which are also round. So you want to try and debunk the idea that nature is somehow allergic to the most efficient, stable shape in the universe. Look at my head. It's like a cue ball, which is round.
But I'm also tired of flat earthers, because it's not flat. It's very clearly a three-dimensional trapezoid, and y'all are just confused because you think you're going off the edge of the Earth.
You know what? I'm tired of the flat Earth nonsense too, because it's not flat. But it's also not a 3D trapezoid.
And I'll tell you for why.
A 3D trapezoid or a trapezoidal prism is a solid with parallel bases and trapezoidal faces. So where are the parallel trapezoidal bases? The Arctic and the Antarctic? If so, why is one wider than the other? And more importantly, Where are the 8 sharp corners? Do all 8 corners just happen to be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean? Now, if this nonsense wasn't so funny, or if I was a normal person, at this point I would probably be questioning my life choices and asking myself why I put myself through this. But let's be honest, yeah, that was definitely a bit Austin Powers, wasn't it?
Allow myself to introduce myself.
But let's be honest here, flat, trapezoidal, triangular, pick any shape. It won't help change reality. The Earth is now, and always has been, an oblate spheroid.
The trapezoid is the most important part of heaven and earth. There is nothing more important. No, the sun is a hexagon.
I've fallen for it, haven't I? But I'm fully committed now, so let's crack on. You claim that the trapezoid is the most important part of heaven and earth, which is amazing for you, because the trapezoid is a non-optimized shape that serves zero natural function on a planetary scale. It doesn't appear in fluid dynamics, it defies gravity, and it would cause tidal waves to crash non-stop against the corner where the angles meet. The only place the trapezoid is important is on the failed shapes of the solar system whiteboard. The Earth being a trapezoid and the Sun being a hexagon sounds less like a scientific theory and more like an extremely disappointing box of kiddies' play blocks.
You look up in the sky, you'll see that you can't look directly at the sun. That's because they want you to believe it's round. Now, don't look directly at the sun, because it'll burn out your retinas.
Thanks, I'll bear that in mind.
That is a real thing, but that's because of how powerful the hexagon shape makes the sun's rays.
So it's not extremely dangerous because the lens of your eye acts exactly like a magnifying glass, focusing the intense solar energy, primarily visible light and near-infrared radiation, onto a tiny sensitive spot on your retina called the fovea. Well, I guess every day's a school day then.
As the hexagon makes the sun rays more powerful, it helps it cause cancer and burned retinas and all sorts of nonsense in humans.
Cancer and nonsense are not 2 words I would have used in the same sentence, but please do go on.
Your rectum should not be burning.
You heard it here first, kids. Not only is it not safe to stare at the sun with your retinas, it's also not safe to point the old rusty trombone at it either. You heard what they said? Your rectum should not be burning. But if it is, today's your lucky day, because today's video is sponsored by...
Rectums shouldn't burn. Please don't have a burning rectum. If you have a burning rectum, please take that to the doctor, because unfortunately that sounds very painful, and the Trapezoid cannot recommend that. The Trapezoid and the Trapezoid Earth Society recommend that rectums at no point feel a burning sensation.
Well, you're not wrong. I'm just really confused how we've ended up talking about buttholes.
We highly recommend against that.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about this lot. They're used to me making fart jokes. And butt jokes and penis jokes and boob jokes and... Did I say butt jokes?
No, the moon's not actually real.
Oh, don't tell me. Let me guess. It's an octagon. No, a decagon.
They faked the moon landing on Jupiter.
Jupiter. They faked the moon landing on Jupiter. Now, there are 8 planets in our solar system. There used to be 9, but Pluto's been downgraded, blah, blah, blah. And you could have picked any of them. But oh no, you pick one of the 2 gas giants, which means they are made mainly of gas and ice. Now, usually I would explain why the person I'm making a video about is wrong, but I think, and knowing my audience the way I do, that you'll be fine if I don't explain to you why they didn't fake the moon landings on Jupiter. Do you mind? Thanks.
Now, they want you to believe that the moon is there, so what they do is they project Jupiter into the space where the moon is, and they make some distortions on it. Disney's all up in this. Disney's in charge of this.
Disney's in charge? I knew it! They wanted to give the moon a bit more character, but somebody in the CGI department messed up the radial symmetry. CGI. I do have a question though, if that's okay. Why project Jupiter to fake the moon? Why not just project... I don't know, let's say something like the moon? As a wise man once said.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows it?
There's no way anybody believes anything like this, is there? Now, usually I'm hoping that the person I'm responding to doesn't believe what they're claiming, flat earthers and the likes. But in this instance, I really hope they do believe it. Otherwise, I'm the one who looks silly for falling for it.
NASA and Disney have been faking that since 1743. You think Disney was founded in the 20th century? No, it was founded in the 4th century over in France. Well, no, not even France. It was founded in Rome. And then it went through the Holy Roman Emperor, the French, British had it for a little bit, and now it's American. It's the whole thing. Disney was working with the Catholic Church long before any of us were born and trying to get us to believe things. Is Pluto a planet? Yes.
Well, I never. Disney was founded in the 4th century in Rome. Yeah, 1743, the 4th century. I know it's meant to be the 18th, but it's fine. But they were working with the Catholic Church to project Jupiter onto the sky while managing the entire global supply chain of trapezoidal propaganda. This is like a bloody fever dream, not a debunk video. And I promise you, Pluto isn't a planet anymore. For an object to qualify as a planet, it has to meet certain criteria. 1, it has to be a sphere. 2, it has to orbit a sun. And 3, it has to have cleared its own orbital path of debris. Pluto doesn't meet that criteria.
So we're going to have to send some probes and some people out there. We're trying to make a faster-than-light starship. It's a whole thing. We're not 100% sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, even I have limits. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday at 7:30 p.m. GMTV. GMTV? GMT. Love you. Bye.
Out of everything that's on the internet, this is the best thing.
You'll never guess what? I told my suitcase that we can't afford to go on holiday this year. It's really disappointed as well, so now I'm dealing with emotional baggage.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.